So yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah. It will be Wuzaro with the so was you grand episode with Sanchez as a goalkeeper.
How many?
All right. Ube Yanwana, what the figure be show?
David.
Who do you figure be show?
Me man answer credit.
Okay.
European fans at Chelsea are both no more underdogs. It's no more winning.
Okay.
Champions League me na Chelsea agent. Ni me no more underdog.
Okay.
Yeah, Kobo no bias be Chelsea. One, they played the final at the background of Bayern Munich. Allianz Arena.
Yeah.
Champions League final. Wow, we say bun wo fi. And it was a depleted Chelsea team. Rambertrand, Mikel Obi, Sergio Bosen wanom. Na Chelsea players ni bebre injuries any yellow cards de o ma continue. But almost a Bayern Munich the Champions League, you know. Against Manchester City, no obi anim say a done deal for City. Ye wie no, na ka have a couple one goal. I'm at Chelsea at the Champions League. Into the two UEFA Champions League finals at Chelsea at Gem. Said you, Nimi no me underdogs.
I see.
Before the game, now me underdogs. The same thing applies to PSG. Chelsea underdogs. But Obian fancy the team say, come to see ya boy PSG and lose match.
Yeah.
But the come to see no more consider one goal per. One goal per no more consider from Ago Jesus. Our Bodima Botafogo. Next season no be who Nottingham Forest anymore. Only the only player was go at the ATL. In all, PSG is beatable. That is the point I'm making.
Chelsea references now, you know. Na emutrin CC. Bayern, Chelsea, na such a difference no. Wana City, Chelsea, na say. Okay, now they be PSG, Chelsea no. Gabe them net say.
You know, Champions League will be born fee. Finals or born fee. Na say we there one emphasis asem we. Say we Champions League final will fee. Say yo, every team, including teams that omo from crowd would love to play the final in their home grounds. Team B we are CBA say yo, there we don't have the statistics. But we are team B na pa we che home. Team B a person bobo on home. Team B we know on home dodo. Again, I'm talking about a Chelsea team with Rambertrand as a left back. A Chelsea team na bubu because regularly those were not the players who were playing for Chelsea. David Luiz a prior in 21st minute or the ball in into the Chelsea team on the day it was a very weak Chelsea team as compared to the Bayern Munich team. Bayern had every player at their disposal. Now no more form no so the same thing applied to Manchester City. And to Manchester City lose you know. The argument was Pepper Mo holding midfielder, and you know, ask yourself, when was the last time Chelsea even beat Manchester City in the Premier League? Into Manchester City, almost to meet Chelsea in recent times. And I know once I coach the Pep, I agree. In terms of quality, name especially the Manchester City Chelsea finals. But in Pep team, anyhow, deaf Pep team, players almost, but even players on the bench. But Chelsea were underdogs and they won that particular game. Until any game, Obeka says, "You, PSG, no, emuwa they are European champion." But you know, Aston Villa she PSG, and Omanjo. Aston Villa she PSG. Almost at the Villa Park. So it is not as if a team that is not beatable. They are favorite. Obienu obetimi I say, oh man, chances are PSG were around 70%, Chelsea were 30%. But I'm saying that they are beatable. Obi betimi assure
70-30.
Yes.
Difference in no so the gap a double
yes
100 out of
because
100.
Seranko kokun we are you have Sanchez on the top class goalkeeper in all the two games na year can the Chelsea goalkeepers were
me doubt it, but difference now they man imagine himself 70-30
it should be 60-40
yeah around that or even 55-45.
Okay, so you combine 11 for the two. How many Chelsea players will start in this PSG team? And no, whoever better me percentage. Let's say you players waging her. Now we say 11. We all combine here. How many Chelsea players will start in this PSG team?
Probably I will be a point start.
So the my percentage is solid.
But yeah, normally you'll be unstarted, but it be for some players, but we are slightly ahead, not massively ahead. But you see, and the baby can crave and person
to combine 11 no 11-0.
Yeah.
Sanambayano.
Yeah.
Chelsea PSG.
Yeah.
Wow.
11-0. Goalkeeper Donnarumma. Right full back Ashraf Hakimi. Left full back Mendes. Central defense Pacho and then Marquinhos. Midfield three no Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, João Neves. Front three. Front three. Dembele, Desire D, and then Kvaratskhelia. But I said the body of the dead is a warning to the living. Sabe, ukona se obi ewuda wa bon kai ye kokoboma wo se wuda chi bu be te se de oda wa.
Football asem na Andy Kano.
Yeah, you see,
football asem.
Oh yeah, analysis.
And I will call baby sa.
General.
Twa window kakra to.
General.
Football asem.
Unya window no betimi dia ba. Ba wo ka favorite dia. You see, team na Papa na building no. Omashe International 5-0 in the Champions League final. Omashe Atletico Madrid 4-0 in the Club World Cup. Omashe Bayern Munich 2-0. Omashe Real Madrid 4-0. General Ninya to so they are peaking as you speak. Final name.
Okay. Final name but the Barcelona team. We Aston Villa show Girona money or Mubu.
You know, the Barcelona team they also lost some games.
But that Barca team in the Champions League,
they also lost some games.
You won't go to new camp and scare them.
I'm saying say they were also beatable. There's no team that is not beatable. But at the way Botafogo game no boy you know. O share almost starting 11 a catcher mentality Omudiko that game. They went into that game without Mendes, without Marquinhos, without Vitinha played, Fabian Ruiz, without João Neves, without Dembele. About 5 top starters were not in that game. And throughout from the Champions League final till now, one ball not on net. And that is that Botafogo game. Jesus Nisha Omono. The team is scary.
Okay.
We need no match. Esa down na.
Yati. Obi anga say beda.
We need no match general.
Chelsea Ombema PSG. Very tough game. And the end was.
You see, for what can they say you? You have say
very tough game. Yes.
The rock.
Me what the crowd the way and who the person watching.
Who named their best I'm say? The best I can say. A corner double.
Chelsea away. Oh yeah. Omi Yahweh.
General.
Omi Yahweh.
Real Madrid of all teams. 4-0. Now, no bomb. I only say Thibaut Courtois basically was the man of the match.
Obi agree.
It's me and Kamwase.
I mean Kamwase. Me yamauso.
Miss Stromamo.
Andy. Emuari ending komo.
Debi obuami say ye nyina ne so no mo obuami say. Me pese wa obuami. General. Team no from A to Z. A quite na baby all attacking.
Awodi a wo kire wo saadi we mu. Wo fa ko ye utimi.
Oh, me team ni club world cup ni bi no ya mobi. Omombo nra.
Utim na atete apansam.
This is unfair.
No be how we need
this is unfair. Final game. Omombo nra. Any final e be ba no. And I make say you see Mike will form on.
Me say.
Obesere.
Nye una bear mind
Obesere Tony. And I make say.
Nye una bear mind obia.
Oh general.
Yeah. One say 11-0 combine 11. So debut.
Say Ejuma. Ejuma ne enti trim kakra.
Okay.
Say ko ne hu.
Sunday ni achiri. Sunday ni achiri.
Atletico Madrid is so difficult to score against. They is considered for.
What can we in every? Yenko.
Case ne hu.
Sunday abejire papa.
I'm a PSG.
Okay. What money you move cry? This is football. Yes. On paper.
Football they can grow.
Yeah, head Obiaka. But
to say the 2 UEFA Champions League that Chelsea won, they were underdogs.
Yeah.
Sanity.
Okay.
Sergio.
I don't know about Adeba high any goalkeeper. That's our only problem.
Messi Chelsea ni Real Madrid combine 11. Imagine PSG ni Mombecho.
But you know, mention mo problem on Sunday. Enye mo keeper.
Enye goalkeeper.
Enye mo coach.
Oh, okay.
lineup or the beba.
That's we on your experimentation. Yeah.
No, lineup or the beba ni depend. We the same Oruna and come here 70-30 and come in 55-45. Because you have the players to mark them on the field or play and hit them on the break. But Maresca I've been once or Kofa James here, but bomb it for the how be. Or the how be. Waiting a Yamad Kibia Mukram, not everyone.
This is also I say, what happened yesterday?
You know, eh,
Who says I never?
oh, says a Joanna Pana, you mean now virtually went in for PA.
Yeah.
And
No,
said,
but say total dominance, ne goals, say na Courtois, ne ordinary Fukra Chibi. Ne nine, ne say
Saves. Saves.
you know, I'm for stadium. They also said you. Luis Ronaldo in a bar first, and then this is Jay-Z, Rock Nations in a rap here. Said you. The Nabemo who say Madrid be lose match, no, ye near mammy, no, see you, season ye and dear. And ye mammy, you say, season a question I observe what dear been I ever count, I say. Team I friend Real Madrid. Anytime be on board against a big team. Our midfield near more technical. You can't say more technical. Midfield need to me crab ball. Now me to me dominate play. Or me comfortable on the ball. Or me show individualism piano. Who say Madrid midfield ne bread? Because midfield near more of a mechanical midfield. A Jumaya than players now. Or more back crab ball no. Now Madrid top ball ne home. Now mama ball no higher no. Madrid any sa midfield the sleepy. Inti she games some of the Barcelona boy apart from injuries Madrid Benya no they were exposed against Barcelona and check the number of goals they conceded. Omubeshi Arsenal midfield of Thomas Partey, Declan Rice and Odegaard. Arsenal do almost 2 home and away. Inti team bia no Omubeshi na omu ye cast in that particular mood bia no who send Madrid ebre. And PSG team no any interception. Omo possess a typical individual midfield play full of technique. In teacher boys na omo gina mfimfin no. Joao Neves, Vitinha, na sha branti e Fabian Ruiz. Na se jo game no start here the first 3 minutes. E no na ebe. Omo put 7 passes together. Inti ha na nka o se Madrid phone who dey PSG phone deba. Sabo we e 7 passes. E no omo put it together. And a Dembele kobo ball and said in the 3rd minute said you don't kobo ball no and a ball say inti the announcement on the buy and a TV national into who's the first 4 minutes no na PSG akwa say chance back oh me picture and down come the contract akwa say sa chance no inti the same style and said you look at how almost you almost free straight and a Dembele kobo say no inti clearly no mama Madrid the team na who say they will use the left side of their defense and the left side of their fullback. But still, no Madrid forward still in the game because they feel that Omube team are running at them, no more team are creating those chances. And I said, you, the first mistake from Asensio Ebaye, one team are passable ni team are a friend of PSG Edika Koshe, a first goal. And say you again from the left side of their defense. And the one and no more exposed. And a mistake we buy a couple ball no share from Fabian Ruiz. And so she Alonso system now or the buyer now. Pierre the phone steady the weakness spot of the tactical play no and no more exploit here. And the second goal now, Rudiger Esakoye mistake again from that side now and a Rudiger and so intimia. Okoye sa mistake na Osima Dembele and look at that placement solid one again from the left side of their defense and Osan Koko ball no etimi ehye and said yo the 3rd goal no so hwe how almost put 2 passes no together Shafa Kimi sa the ball ne koya no who say team are afraid PSG there's no way Madrid betimi a match up with their midfield play and their positional sense and look at how they move with the ball again the defensive side of the Madrid team now almost had the ball ne kono and almost a ball to be 2 at them. The 3 solid nail in the first half. And 2-tier commentator now, Osim Madrid are crumble in the first 25 minutes at the MetLife Stadium. Sanoti describe the first 25 performance of PSG and Madrid game, no, the commentator. No. And Tiwasha, obi o hwe TV ni bia hu say number 3 and number 5 no omuntem ho no na Madrid exploit it throughout the first half. Na say in the second half na Omar relax and control proceedings na even when omo year substitution still na omo are relax until Bradley Bakula ebe yi ball no edema Abrante fe no Goncalo Ramos say you ball no share ya na all ye the style of Diego Jota or the action and munyam ewo go now or share the countryman na nyankopa to in South Africa no and said you look at this one, but one key element what the PSG team look at Bradley Bakula hwekon ofo aso jakwa na wokwam wa ha and said you look at the composure from Goncalo Ramos fully relaxed no place ball no at the two at them said you enema mienu ama observe ewo me observe a game we number 1 ye ka Vitina ye ka Joao Neves ye ka Fabian Ruiz Pasejo the key player for PSG team way and the tactical plan of Luis Enrique Ashraf Hakimi game we no omu boni nyina ye hwe omu caress ball dane no omu pie pass no Pasejo ball na omu boni nyina Ashraf Hakimi so ball ni berua 18 balls nim so be at as a channel of supply so be creator in the final department of the game or be creator from the wide zone. It is Ashraf Hakimi. And to born on mu body in ano said you or muba echo cannon sa e would three ho and san goes in na or none the final delivery back box on him and san a ball let him yase. And if you want to stop the PSG team in terms of the attacking play, the first player also will film Ashraf Hakimi. The second thing Abasa observe in the PSG team no say yen nyina ye ka 20 ha because ball on na na card do ba said you. Nobody should underestimate the quality of Fabian Ruiz. Se team ne ba beduru animu a ono na tighten the knot between the central midfield and the attacking midfield together. And again, within the box, so almost say duru mu a ono na say team the ball no say to atenem. Until this guy ono midfield no betimi abon ti say 20 amobo na e say duru animu o be san ahye. Until he's so key to the attacking play of the PSG team. For Desiree Doué and his take on the skill and the flair, you will just enjoy him. Kwaraskelia ebemba options, pace, trickery, goals, drive, everything. And Dembele showed the consistency this particular season in the PSG team. For Madrid, Adeba Akwe also omuyenese. Fiorentino Perez na understanding of football and quarter strikers. But say you, Adeba Akwe also omuyenese. Omu midfield, they need a midfielder. Enya adegulesem. So person who compete at the highest level and now they need a midfielder who will direct their midfield play. And the last thing, and they say, Carlo Ancelotti ya DB last season. Champions League final, not losing na adasa. But again, Dortmund, Obayano no said Debbie, a quarter eda. Finito ye we. Obianco discuss it. And Rajavi Alonso please Mbappe, no please Vinicius Junior. Inti also ode Gonzalo Garcia na bebo ni bi na say you enu na kra na kra ho mobo asebo no mo bi da. Clearly when you are playing against a team who dominate say you play your two guys and add an extra midfielder to your setup to change into a diamond and battle with them. Inti enu Ajabi Alonso lost it say you and one show personality now one take tough decisions big team sometimes too you need to satisfy the top players within the squad. One team and say you will never be successful at Real Madrid.
Well, it's Enra one. Make sure PSG players the quality and I say a technical team, no, led by Luis Enrique.
Okay.
Omona aye team nisa. And then number 2, Madrid. Is it the beginning of Omo Enda na sa era way?
Okay, number 1. PSG team we say oh then ni power obeda na say power number 1 Luis Ocampos. Team we ni power hye na opipa so Luis Ocampos. Luis Ocampos, the entire American Luis Ocampos, he is the sporting director for the setup. Ono na buy the be changing model no from yankota kese ni yankoto young talented players. And obi a onim Luis Campos baby a wo ye adwuma bia ono na eye oye Lille oye WOS Monaco. And he done it at PSG. Inti model no nyina ono de buy. Oye no free wa. Unyi na say e laughing free. But you know, on the field of play, you talk about Luis Enrique. season we start here no PSG in say Sergio
Clavi there's why ya kofa ubia ba PSG
Majido for him to so betias yes say yense some model so ka so ntias ya untimi nyare and he brought in Luis Ocampos. So for him to accept to change the model from Antero Enrique Leonardo to Luis Ocampos which is no one kasano as a leader no brought to change the model and okofa Luis Ocampos by and okofa these young guys by again Luis Enrique adia na PSG are lucky over the years apart from stars and omoton the collective play wo musa na injuries had the previous teams na ya ball match ni na be say yo team we omo say apart from William Pacha onya red card or Messi and Alicat Berado by William Abosa. But the name Mbappe team wasn't like the Biabu will be a pra, no replacement wide. But say you talk about the collective play. A dear Bakwa Luis Enrique year number 1 and said, oh, the Biamaka say, a dear Bakwa Todd Ball Yema tells you Abuamo Pai the base of your team. Casedo Enzo Kupama. The base of this team. Joao Neves, Vintina, Fabian Ruiz. Oma ye consistent. And said, "Oh, the game is played in midfield. Mother the first time now ye can it is because of their midfield. Enra, omo the Fedi Baba the Kobo right back. Inti akoka chuomeni energy with Bellingham. Other golemun to me matching. Inti the base of the midfield and the collective play. Inti omeki sure say team no more individuals. Dembele obo individual ball. Desire Doué ebo individual ball. But say Joe. Or the baby show must say the moment you lose the ball, 3 seconds pressing. She how Dembele see pressing Rudiger Emma ko concede this goal. Until Luis Enrique then start to team the so and or then a philosophy as team him and the boys are playing to that rehearsed pattern. Here Luis Enrique adopted or more useful. Into the collective play no. That is why you give it to Luis Enrique. And or they are so much said they are the best in the game today. Nobody can beat them. And omo tina park no so omo ye ma hu say ball no untimi enhye obo hu say Dembele press say players like Desire do omo ye skillful they don't press like this and say yo look at how what turn Ashraf Hakimi a wing back to a proper creator like Daniel Alves affront like Machalo affront inti accident na say yo nkakra ba o ba be wia Luis Enrique na de adwuma ni na be man.
You hardly believe in the technical abilities of our coaches. Omo ejuma omo eye teams. And all the time there players no quality in here in your coach bia. Na coaches no ye na kakra bi. That's what I can say.
Yes.
But as we no attention now Luis Enrique.
Because mostly the ideological coaches it is easy so be who handiwork. Coaches no omo ye philosophers easily obe who omo adwuma omo ye. And almost star no one to their star mamobi. And you prepare the team now apart from so both Dembele air transit. Even the Zere do look up pension on Fabo Manachi. Kwaraskelia and Fabo Manachi. The difference between the tactical plan of Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique no. Pep will bet him the ball now by drew 18 balls at chi. Say what he will recycle play. Or the ball never been a chance started. Luis Enrique he will push the defense and make sure he creates space within. It is a joke. In as much as me admire players, no, there are coaches I don't joke with them. And say you easily. It is easy say coaches no more ideological. Obe team albums or then so. You see Pep handiwork, obe Luis Enrique handiwork, and say you even the modernist coaches, the Carlo, the Pochettinos, obe Thomas Tuchel, oba ya easily obe say the plan is say no person here. In as much as I believe in the individual quality of players, say you. Coaches no more philosophers no ba look about you Hayford give him ordinary players manemra mejinachiri hwe coach Maswell o de man who said they are playing to a start and that is what Luis Enrique is doing at PSG.
Remember Madrid yes but I call Dr. Honamehwe so asem na
General I think say credit in the family the Luis Enrique for sorry Ejuma wa ye no honum who shared Dembele you named from Dortmund to Barcelona. Dembele has been known as a winger. A brave bar say Kylian Mbappe if you work on when decided say occupy replacement beyond the number. Dembele was moved from the wings to the center forward position. How many of these coaches are Dembele are passing through their hands and a GD say Dembele could play as a center forward and Waba Bonier giving you some 35 goals in a season. I and Neno Obia Ekase Ballon d'Or it is for him. So to switch a player from the wings to the centre forward, I agree. Say in modern football, no centre forward, bono same playing from the wings. Until here and most of the centre forwards now, or from the wings are no a mature when you experience, when you the calmness, no a master the act of planting the ball behind the net, and some will move you to the centre forward position. Most of them, and it's Papa FN and Luis Enrique, and yes, Mano. We are not the free honoma. Mendes was good, we know. But so Theo Hernandez as your left full back in your team, one here we could room for Mendes more. But the net Wamana the best left full back in the game. And Dena Andy can like they have been so consistent. And the team a friend Louis or the same PSG team no Obianim players omudomu able. And the one mount a formidable and experienced back four with a goalkeeper was very good. Donnarumma Obianim from Juventus near the no Obianim so good. About PSG Crano Onyane challenges. But this is an improved Donnarumma playing for PSG. So for me, I'll give most of the credit to him because Mecca said and painful and order they are still there. But he really has done this. And one more pattern of play, any bono mu person mu bono. So I think that the credits in Beko their mom. The other part of your question was Real Madrid. General no Kren say Real Madrid squad no. So more Premier League man, it Bianca Ipswich Town. You front three ni free wa. Take away Mbappe, take away Vinny Jr. and take away Jude Bellingham. And probably Thibaut Courtois. Who are the players? And no back four no. Or Francisco Garcia. Francisco Garcia will not start in most of these teams. Or Asensio in central defense. Or Valvaldi as a right fullback. Me share the lineup no. Or the other Gula and Gonzalo Garcia Wenmon. I was like this team clearly say Vasquez. Now, the other two, number two, no. Carvajal, bencher. Clearly, as I will take it away, Gonzalo Garcia, play Carvajal or Vasquez in the right fullback position. Never Valvaldi ban the comfort zone. Upo Valvaldi and then Chomenia. At least who energy in midfield to mark the speed passing of this PSG team. But when in the midfield, Makani defense are very ordinary individually. Even who can in midfield three or one and runner, Chomeni, Bellingham, and then Adagula. Chomeni Adagula. These are just ordinary guys. And to Madrid team in general, so Mani and Brown could German so I'm some top midfielders, at least 2B. And for Mama Meshe in Finfinwa. A dino back cover them up, but the reality will dawn on them. And this is the reality. No more about the entire FIFA Club World Cup without a single defeat. Almost matches 5 or no more ball. Headed to this, only 1 draw, 4 wins. But none of them are so dominant as Real Madrid. They are lucky to have gotten probably about the best goalkeeper in the game in their post. Otherwise, in team's best show to Vinny Jr. is off color. Rudiger, it's so ordinary now. In few games abundance and enkoyi. Na me bisa say na this Asensio there. Se Militao ye fit there. At least in the presence alone, ebetime put fear in some people. So coach no adwuma honestly.
I think Luis Enrique should be put at the level of Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. Should he win this tournament? The Peps and the Carlos won this trophy with mostly just 2 matches. But it would take 7 matches to win this tournament. Looking at Enrique's exploit in France and in the Champions League, coupled with how he's destroying the cathedrals of in the game, I think he should be elevated to the level of the very top coaches. The man has really built solid coach around the team. That may take like 3 years for his opponents to break these codes. Tactical Orlando and anyway, and so Abre. Yeah, come on.
Say, General, or when you find out we are 5 trophies now in a season.
Yeah.
The League 1, the Coupe de France, the Omu Super Cup, then the Champions League, 4 of them now. Assuming they are able to win the FIFA Club World Cup with some 7 matches, winning it makes it 5. Don't forget they have the Super Cup against Tottenham. So potentially they could win 6 trophies at Barcelona in a single season. And this is not his first Champions League title, mind you. He's won it before. So Obi didn't to that level now. May I agree?
Okay. I don't know if any of you has noticed this ever since Mbappe joined Vini's Vini's performance has dropped drastically.
I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah. Okay.
Vini on your poor second half hour. Continental Cup, Vini was the best player. Dortmund ball now ball from center ball in Munich. This season, last season, Vini had a poor second half. So you Champions League, the previous years, now Madrid didn't now excellent second half. Pierre Ayeken said, "You first one, no more bro. Their last game even kept them in the competition. They had an excellent second half, and I drive for Madi or Maba. If Vini had a poor and Madrid team now at a point they were ahead of Barcelona 7 points. That was the first round of the season. In the second round, the neighbor Omunia Indies they got to a time they are back for no be anymore, and Omunia a very poor second half of the season. In the Omu team, apart from Mbappe. Season and now all she goes and probably Bavardi Jude Kurano her second half and he was off until generally their team in the second half were just off of the season.
But one can also agree with the tester say Mbappe by goal scoring Anna Vini Dijini team Bibrino Ababi Jina Mbappe so Mbappe has been their best performer out front. Last season Naye can before the arrival of Mbappe. Naye can Vini for Ballon d'Or to the extent that while raining, Krofoji DC real, but then nobody is mentioning his name. So one can also say that last season till now, Vini form are dropping, and if one would want to attribute it to the presence of Mbappe, it could be accepted.
I'm not a coach, but I know that PSG play is very similar to that of Barcelona. So I was very disappointed in Xabi Alonso. He should have packed the midfield with good tacklers to prevent them from the intensity. I still believe Zinedine Zidane will have been the best choice for Ancelotti. After Ancelotti, the back four for Madrid yesterday was rubbish. Valverde can't play at the back. Rudiger and Asensio have no business being in the starting lineup. Why were Carvajal and Camavinga on the bench? Madrid must go to the market and get defenders and DMs. 11C. And so,
Madrid players now play ya warn you off the type of pitch I want to kind. It is a washer. Games no ma bowling na MetLife pitch is different from Mercedes-Benz Arena, Hard Rock Stadium, and then the Omukobo or North Carolina no Bank of America Stadium. Into the type of pitches in America and you good for players no when ACL no. Into the game now road the boy and people say you need free. It is the reason why I Carvajal any Militao this competition in I said you almost stay quiet. Your advice you almost a plano the type of pitch also almost so kind because of the ACL and in our games who saw Bobon. I don't think if Carvajal is fit, coach Feno Xabi Alonso will play for Abadias right back and said what there to the view binu and I think Rudiger will be and Quebec starting and so on the cocoa suma which is the
Rudiger there's at every point in time he's a starter. But you can't say you don't have any business starting.
All right. If they continue to play like this, they can't even make the top 4 in the La Liga. Kudos to Enrique. Madrid is not helping Mbappe to shine. Rodrigo must be a starter. And I see the message, you know.
They are not happy.
Our
Sergio, Luis Enrique come on. Adia Bakwa yan take sight of how what ensures a quick transition when the game no. Cast your mind back neko Hebasa team no. Uzo yijavi free the Ivan Rakitic ebemu just to make sure say yen jina ball no so too much. And that is exactly what is doing the current PSG team no. And making sure say front train no omo be runners ɛna meka no ha sɛ 3 talking points ɛna ɛwɔ the game no mu na meka about either sɛ Trent bɛbɔ bia obɛtumi amatch up the wing play of PSG team na meka about the absence of William Pacho and probably Lucas Hernandez so mu knew how Beraldo is going to partner the likes of Marquinhos at the back line and meka the midfield play say PSG are going to dominate and a bouncer sending message say me against Madrid because me a Barcelona and said your result no show results no show because now Real Madrid said yo last season Mbappe came free season Mbappe shall say Trent aba free next season almost say Trent say Konate so be free that is the plan.
Two players for to turn Besonaba is
so you need to go to the market, get technically gifted players because the raw midfield did say you Ushia team are technically gooder the Bia Madrid bebre. That's the reason why they lost miserably against Barca over the last season. So that game against Arsenal. And the same also showed when they met PSG team. No.
Arsenal, Koto play £50 million. Arsenal Koto.
Oh, they be make team are not technically good in terms of.
No, I'm talking about the free thing. And America says, Koto the house in 50 million.
Arsenal.
They be Madrid.
Argentina ni Koto is almost they are in for Alvaro Carreras. And so Koto 50 million. The only problem is that they need to sign players for Mountain Fio.
PSG team looks very scary, and many people have already written Chelsea off. I'm okay with that, but I want to say on your biggest platform that Chelsea will shock the world. Go Chelsea, go the Blues. If you don't do science tutor at senior high school, Franco Naro was saying that this match was going to be the final match of the tournament, but he didn't know. It was going to be like a group stage game. It's just a game. After humble anyway, and so about a final game, no, many teams in the dean so and fan final game number.
They can final game in the sense that the winner will win the trophy.
Men anyone.
No, that was my meaning of the final. Say the winner was basically going
to the best final game.
Missy is the final before the final. That's the expression.
Yes, the final before the final. It's just so much no base final. Actually,
the Real Madrid PSG in the semi-final game.
Then now who's that?
Oh, that's a Champions League final. They beat them 5-0. And I'm care Champions League final. No. PSG beat International.
Before the game, okay, but game no real no who's in the final match. That's the final match.
Madrid didn't come to the party.
All right, so match be
a football game and what they had.
It's a football game. Obi my party. There be a wide also my party.
Mm.
Yes, that is football.
It's missy.
It's missy.
Yeah.